Hey everyone.
Like that close-up? Anyways, this is another top 10. I'm trying to knock a few of these out of the way here. This is my top 10 least favorite anime characters of all time. I was going to do my favorite, but I haven't completed that list yet, unfortunately, so I can't do that one yet. But this list is completed, so here we go. My top 10 favorite, or least favorite anime characters of all time. You know, anime has a lot of shit characters. There's no doubt about that, either by their personality, by how useless they might be in the series in question, by, you know, maybe their voice actor. No, I don't think that would really make them bad. If their voice actor's that bad, I'll just switch to the original Japanese version, which is undoubtedly going to be great, but anyways, let's get going with this list. Number 10, Luciano Bradley from Code Geass. Now, oh dear God, this guy is just, he's obviously the worst member of the Knights of the Round. He's just one of the most arrogant anime characters I've ever seen. And granted, arrogance can be done well if it's done right. I mean, arrogance can be entertaining if it's done right, if you actually have a competent writer writing the arrogance part of the character. But here it just came off lazy, and I just found myself hating the character more and more and more as the series progressed, until I finally just said, fuck it. And I mean, it was such a pleasure to see that fucking character die, okay? The only upside is that he's voiced by Vic Mignogna, okay? Yeah. Anyways, number 9 is a tie between L and In from, or, well, L, Ryuzaki Lalwet, and In Nier from Death Note. For those of you who don't watch Death Note, L was the first detective that was said to hunt down, that was trying to hunt down Kira, and Nier was the second one after L's death. I hate them both equally, okay? I really do. Oh my God, like, maybe it's just because of my principles in life. I don't know, I mean, granted, I only liked Light for the first half of the series, and he just turned into a douchebag. But really, I just consider them to be incredibly fucking overrated characters, okay? Not worth all the praise that they get. Definitely. That's all I want to say about that. I just want to move on from this. I just can't talk about them anymore. Number 8, we have Mariko from Elfen Lied. Mariko, it's basically the same exact character of Lucy if you get a very incompetent writer who doesn't know how to write that character properly. You have Mariko in that situation, and it works out fucking terribly, okay? They tried to make Mariko sympathetic like Lucy at the very end, but it just failed and flopped in my opinion. She's just an arrogant, well, I wouldn't really call her arrogant, but she's a bitch, okay? I mean, she basically went through the same thing as Lucy, and she's even worse than Lucy. And surprisingly enough, she's actually stronger, I think. But she went through the same exact things through life as Lucy. In fact, I think Lucy probably had it harder than her, and even Lucy was able to stop what she was doing eventually towards the end of the series. It was so pleasing to see that little bitch die at the end. Please excuse my dogs out there. Okay. Number 7 is Gary from the Pokemon series. Gary was in there for the beginning, and then he basically phased out, as far as I'm aware. I mean, he came back every now and then, but not that often. But Gary was the first definitive villain of Pokemon besides Team Rocket. I mean, he used to be Ash's rival. He was the grandson of Professor Oak. And he's a douchebag. Okay? I mean, he really is a big douchebag. Honestly, this is one of those many classic examples of a rival character gone terribly wrong, in my opinion. I mean, he never shuts up. And even Vegeta, the classic shonen rival, knew when to shut his mouth. Okay? That's why I don't like Gary. I've never liked Gary. Okay? So, yeah. Next up we have Naraku from Inuyasha. Oh dear God. This guy was the main villain of Inuyasha for the entire thing. And even before the start of the series, 500 years beforehand, he frickin' framed Inuyasha and Kikyo, basically turning them against each other and getting Inuyasha arrowed to the tree. Even though I'm not a fan of Kikyo's character myself, I can still sympathize with her because really this guy's just a prick, okay? He really is. And despite that though, he's incredibly strong. I have to give him that. I mean, it took them so long to be able to fucking defeat him. But still, I just don't like him as a villain. He's too invincible, I guess, for the Inuyasha series. I mean, no one in Inuyasha series really goes God mount, so it's kind of strange to see such a strong villain there. Next up, we have Lust from Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Long story short, she's a slut. That's really all I have to say. She really is. If I recall correctly, I think she's like supposed to be the resurrected homunculi of the Elric brothers' mother, if I'm not mistaken. But God damn it, she's one of the main villains too. She's the head of the homunculi besides Father himself. Right, probably the strongest as well. And I don't know why people seem to like her so much, but from what I can understand, she seems to be a pretty fan-favorite character. I don't understand it, but whatever, I guess. It's just, honestly, I would choose to hang out with any of the other homunculi besides her, well, and Father, of course. But Father's a cool character. I think he'd just be kind of odd to hang out with, but yeah. Let's just move on from there. I just can't stand her at all. Oh, next. Anime I watched recently, finally, and reviewed on my Jack Cooper the Plumber channel. This is Kaguya-Sama from Fruits Basket. Okay, I'm going to keep this short, because I really don't think there's anything that I can say that I haven't already said in that review. So, yeah. She's a bitch. Okay, she really is. She's an obsessive, annoying, worthless bitch who is obsessed with Kyo's dick, okay? And is pissed that she can't get any from him. That's basically the extent of her character. I just said it there for you in just a few seconds flat. Okay, and that's really all there is to her character. She's a sexually deprived teenage girl who's pissed off that she can't get any from Kyo, the man who she's creepily obsessed over. The end. Moving on. Next up here, oh God, no, don't make me go back to that again. Well, I'm gonna have to if I want to review it in the future, when I decide that I feel like torturing myself some more, but Makoto Ito from School Days. Now, I tell you, I hate every character in School Days. It's a terrible show, and I hate every fucking character in it, but I was not about to put every character of School Days on this list, although I very well could. I could have filled up this entire list with characters from School Days, because I hate every last fucking one of them, but by far the worst has got to be Makoto Ito, because he has to be the most sexually deprived womanizer I've ever seen in my life in any anime or manga series, period. Having sex with every female character that shows up in the series. Some of them multiple times. Until he's finally killed by frickin'... whatever the fuck her name is. Thankfully. I would say too bad she's killed too, but I hate her as well because she is a character in the series. Even if a character's done no wrong, if they show up in the series, I automatically fucking hate them. Okay? Anyways, moving on. Number 2 is Sosuke Aizen from Bleach. Okay, this guy, I will give him this, and the only reason he made number 1 is because how fucking strong he is. Or the only reason he didn't make number 1 is because how fucking strong he is. I mean, we never see his Bankai, which is already a detriment to him, but with his Shikai, Kyokusui Getsu alone, complete and total hypnosis, he's already so strong. Not to mention when he gets into his ascended form, the only one who can defeat him at that point, or even sense his fucking spirit energy, is Ichigo. When Ichigo activates the final Getsuga Tensho. Even. So, yeah. Aizen's a fucking badass. Plus, I mean, he was always a few steps ahead of everyone. And he's ruthless too. But that ruthlessness is part of the reason why I don't like him so much. She's not one of my favorite characters in Bleach anymore, but she used to be. Momo Hinamori, she used to be during the Soul Sai arc, and Aizen just about killed her. Actually, at that time we thought she was dead. Even though Momo looked up to him and sought to become a Soul Reaper because of him, it's quite irking, really. Okay, I should have enough time to do the last one here. So yeah, Sosuke Aizen, despite how strong he is, still number 2 on this list. Really, yeah. Number 1 is actually another tie. Okay, I'm just gonna say Sasuke Uchiha and Obito Uchiha from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, although Obito is strictly from Shippuden. But anyways. Okay, I'm going to keep Sasuke short. I hate him, he's an emo bitch, he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. God damn it. He claims even after his brother died and he learns the truth from Zetsu and Obito, he still decides that he wants to destroy Leaf. Even after seeing his brother for a second time, he decides he wants to destroy Leaf. He claims he's doing all of this for his brother, when we know very fucking well that his brother never would have wanted this. Okay, there, I said it, let's move on. Obito. In my opinion, he's at the same level as Sasuke. Alright, he doesn't... Although, there's some other reasons, though. He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. He constantly claims about despair, throwing the allied shinobi forces into despair. And he never fucking does anything about it. Although he did earn 1 testicle after he killed Neji. Kill off a few more main characters and maybe you'll earn that second one, Obito. But, really... Obito is just such a broken character. He's as broken as Sasuke. He really is. Both of them to me are on the same fucking level, which obviously is why they're both tied at number 1. I really don't want to have to go on any more than this. Not to mention, he's obviously holding back because I think it was hinted at recently that he can use Renegon technique, so why isn't he? He should be using fucking almighty pushes and fucking, pulling enemies into him for attacks, pushing him away, as well as pushing other attacks away as well. Freaking using the 6 paths jutsu, creating all these weird summonings, using or sucking an enemy's soul out of them by putting his hand on top of their head, like that one path did to Shizune. Creating Hell's Gate to pass judgment on people. You know, he should be doing all this shit, but he's not. So yeah, do something else, Obito, and maybe you'll become somewhat of a likable character. Anyways, that's it for this list. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, see you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.